Find the slope and y-intercept of the line represented by each equation. Slope-intercept form. I have my y, I have my slope, I have my x coordinate, this is essentially my y coordinate, and this is my y-intercept. Or, what's another way of saying it? Y when x equals what? 0. What's another way of saying my slope? My rate of change. My coefficient. Difference in y over difference in x's. Okay. Find the slope and y-intercept. All you have to do is find the slope and the y-intercept. And if you're looking at this, y equals mx plus b, y equals m, my slope is 2, x plus b. Well, that's a negative 10, but that is my y-intercept. If you want to test it out, all you have to do is put 0 in place of x. So then I'm going to do this. Here, let me move this because I wasn't planning on doing this, but I want to show you guys how to check your work, especially on the test. M is equal to 2, and my y-intercept is negative 10. Well, my intercept is y when x equals 0. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to plug 0 in to 2, or into x, sorry. Y equals 2 times 0 minus 10. Y equals 0 minus 10. Y equals negative 10. Go backwards, sorry. Now that I have y, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that, actually I don't even have to make sure, all I have to do is put negative 10 equals 2 times 0 minus 10. So if you look at that, negative 10 equals 2 times 0, well 2 times 0 is 0. Minus 10 is negative 10. Negative 10 is equal to negative 10. So I know that this is what y is when x is 0. Do you have to do all of this little itty bitty piece over here? No, you don't. All you have to know for these problems is that your slope is your coefficient, or what you multiply x by, or your rate of change. And then your y-intercept is what x is when y is when x is 0. It's your b. And I think all of these, yep, all of these are in slope-intercept form. So that should be relatively easy for you to find. Now, each table in I through 5, 1 through 5, below represents a linear relationship. So we already know that these are linear. We just have to figure out what their line is. Do parts A through C for each table. A, find the slope of the line that represents the relationship. Well, how do I find my slope? Difference in y's over difference in x's. Okay, so my difference in my y's, 0 to 2.5 is a positive 2.5. Now let's just double check. I'm going to do 5 to 7.5 is a positive 2.5. So I know that my difference in my y's is 2.5. What's my difference in my x's? Well, 0 to 1 is 1, 1 to 2 is 1, 2 to 3 is 1, 3 to 4 is 1. So 2.5 over 1. My slope is 2.5. Find the slope of the line that represents this relationship. Find the y-intercept. Well, what is the y-intercept? We've gone over this only about 50 times. today. The y-intercept is what y is when x equals 0. So my y-intercept is y when x equals 0. So right here, where's my x? My x equals 0. What's my y when x equals 0? Actually, I'm just going to highlight that. When my x equals 0, whatever my y is across from it, that is my y-intercept. So my y-intercept equals 0. Well, now I have my m and my b. No, yes. So y equals 2.5x plus 0. Well, y equals 2.5x is the same thing as y equals 2.5x plus 0. All I'm doing is I'm saying y equals my slope times x plus my b, or my y-intercept. So now you're going to do the same thing for these two problems. You're going to tell me what my slope is, what my y-intercept is, and determine which of the following equations. Okay, so for this one, it would have been this one, obviously. Okay? That's page 11.